Hello, my name is Kirioth. It is the 19th of April. It's a Monday, which means it's time for a Monday ramble, and this one's going to be probably a tad more ranty and not quite as relaxed as the usual ones, because we need to talk about Cursed City. Before we get into the bad side of Cursed City, though, we did talk about doing a giveaway last week, and the response to that was insane and amazing. Thank you so much for all the comments. I'll be honest, my reason for asking for a particular, what do you like about the hobby? What does the hobby do for you? A lot of that is so that I could get that nice warm fuzzy feeling as I was reading all of the comments, which, I mean, if you're going to sift through 1,500 comments, they may as well be nice ones, right? So yeah, we have a winner selected. So Cassandra Phoenix, if you can get in touch with me, and I will get your copy of Cursed City sent out to you as soon as possible. Congratulations, and again, thank you everyone for joining in with that. It was really, really nice. And I think what we're going to try and do going forward, I hate that phrase, it feels so weirdly corporate. Going forward, I think we're going to try and do a monthly giveaway. Actually commit to doing a start collecting every month or something. That'll be fun, that'll be nice to do. Or we can do whichever is the latest big model or something. We'll work something out. We'll have a chat. We can always do a poll or something on the community tab and see what you prefer, whether it be the newest big fancy thing, or whether a start to an army would be a better idea. Whether you wanted to do something I don't know, like a kit bash inspiration thing. So 2 different kits get put together and sent to you to see what you can make out of it. I don't know. We'll work something out, but I'd like to start doing a proper monthly giveaway where every month we do something like that, because, well, I mean, why not? It would be nice to do. It would be fun to do. So yeah, we'll have a think about that. Now, okay. So first things first. Let's talk about the pre-order schedule changing. So let's just switch over, because this is all we have for previews, as in we don't have any, really. Need to put my glasses on, because I can't see anymore. I'm 34, but apparently I have the eyesight of an 84-year-old, which is not ideal. So, our pre-order schedule's changing a bit. Here's how. It's still a pretty weird time for anyone making physical products and shipping them around the globe. There are loads of fantastic things on the way, but we have to make some changes when the next batch of incredible releases come out, and we wanted to keep you up to date with everything that's going on. So, everyone's working really hard, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. We're all doing our best, so on and so forth. We know the drill. With this in mind, over the next couple of weeks, there'll be a short pause where we'll have no new pre-orders. Have no fear, though. New releases will be coming your way before you know it. In the meantime, there's going to be more stuff. So we'll see a bunch of stuff from Warhammer Animation. There's going to be big model reveals, probably today, at least one of them. And then there's going to be a bunch of Horus Heresy books in hardback, which you can also get. So that's it. That's what we have for previews. Now, this is all fine, and if there's issues with shipping and dispatching and all of that, then what can you do? Now, we need to talk about Cursed City, because Cursed City has been an absolute fiasco, okay? It's been a complete mess. A proper cock-up, frankly. And also, I need to apologise. I actually need to apologise for something I said, which I genuinely feel bad for. I said that I wasn't too bothered about not picking up Cursed City straight away. If I wasn't able to get hold of a copy because it sold out too quick, I wouldn't be too upset, because it's going to be available for, years. Blackstone Fortress was around for years, and in my defence, at the time of saying that, there was evidence that it was going to be general release and part of the catalogue going forward, and now it's not. Cursed City is one and done. Cursed City is not available anymore. They have they're not expecting it to return online at any time soon. As far as we're concerned, Cursed City was a limited box, like Piety and Pain. Now, that being the case, it's not great. It's one of those things. That would have been nice for it to have been communicated properly, but it wasn't. And in my defence, in terms of thinking it was going to be part of the catalogue, it's not like I got that information out of my arse. I was pretty sure when it came to the preview stream, the Warhammer preview online, that they at least didn't in any way allude to it not being that. In fact, I was pretty sure that they did say that it was going to be part of the general release. And they did clarify that it would be, multiple times. So, this is from Facebook. This is on the Age of Sigmar Facebook page, where someone said, will the game be available long-term, like Blackstone Fortress? And Warhammer Age of Sigmar said, it sure will be. This is a Games Workshop run Facebook page. It's not just some rando page. This is one of their many means of communication with the customers. Now you might be thinking, okay, well that was a one-off. That person unfortunately got it wrong. Except someone else also said the race to get it is on. And they, unprompted, by the way, like they didn't, this wasn't a question. This person didn't say, okay, is this the only chance we're going to get? They said, and the race to get it is on. And they said, oh, it'll be part of the range going forward, so there's no need to rush. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, that was just a day. That was a day where that happened. Okay, right, sure. But then, even longer ago than the first one, is this one. Does anyone know if, when finally released, Curse City will be limited for independent retailers in the same way Piety and Pain has been? Is this capping for independence going to be a trend for Games Workshop? Piety and Pain is a limited release, whilst Curse City will be a permanent part of the range. You see where the problem lies here. Now, all of this goes directly in the face of what's actually happened. Because what's happened is that Curse City is gone. As you can see, you can't get the game. The game is not on their site. It is just the book. You can have the book, it's temporarily out of stock, but the actual game itself is nowhere to be found. And there's a reason for it being nowhere to be found. Buried in a bunch of tweets and retweets, which, funnily enough, there was a flurry of shortly after this reply was made, on the official Warhammer Community Twitter page, it says, in a reply to someone, that Curse City is sold out on GamesWorkshop.com, and we are not expecting it to return online. Okay, right. So that's multiple accounts of conflicting information. It's worth pointing out that those Facebook posts, by the way, the ones replying to people saying, don't worry, it will be available long term, those have been deleted. Not addressed, deleted. That's a different thing. And as if we needed any more evidence of clear nonsense going on, Alchemist Workshop, they tweeted this earlier, and as you can clearly see, Warhammer Quest Curse City is sold out, and we have no current plan to make more available. We strongly advise that you do not take orders from your customers for stock you have not confirmed with us. Okay. Yeah, the GIF there is, of course, massively appropriate. So, what the... God, I don't even know where to start with this, right? Because this is just garbage. It's garbage behaviour. It's just flat-out garbage behaviour. An explanation is needed. Not hiding what you've previously said, not pretending what was stated before didn't exist, not deleting Facebook posts. That's not communication. That's just a real shitty way of dealing with things. The overall impression that was given for this product is that it would be available for a long time to come, even when not directly addressed and asked about, it was stated as being available for a long time to come. It now isn't. You cannot get it on the store, they're not going to make any more, and they have made absolutely no effort to explain themselves at all. However, they are happy to go back and try and hide evidence of ever saying anything to the contrary. There is a great way to burn goodwill with customers, and that is to lie to them and then just not address it. Don't do that. It's so not the most complicated thing in the world to not directly lie and then hide the fact that you lied. You can't hide it. Demonstrably, you can't hide it. Because in this video, we've already seen 3 statements made on Facebook through official channels that it would be in the catalogue for a good number of years. And it's not. And instead of saying why it's not, instead of giving some sort of information or some sort of explanation, or just anything to try and inform customers to what's happening, you just deleted the posts. Just got rid of them. It's like, oh well, I mean, if they're not there now, then clearly it means it never happened. That's not how the internet works. That's not how it works at all. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. Because people will save statements like that. Because they will save them so that they can then say to other people, oh no, look, they've said this, it's fine. Except now it's not. Because you've pretended it didn't happen. Now, there's all sorts of theories about as to why this is the case. Frankly, we don't know. We've got no idea why Curse City is turned out to be a limited run thing. We shouldn't need to guess is the main thing. I mean, that's the principal complaint. Why do we need to make guesses? Why do we have to do investigative work to try and work out why it is that a product you said would be available for ages now suddenly isn't? Why are you not just saying why? Just explain it. There have been people who think that perhaps the content of the box, there's like a 70-30 rule when it comes to tariffs on imports from China, and so it could be that with all the paper and cardboard stuff that's in the box, it actually tips it over so that they're too expensive to make because the tariff on the imports is like more than Games Workshop wants to pay, and so that's why they've done it. I've seen people talk about maybe how it's got something to do with the stupid ship that got stuck in the canal. There's all sorts of theories going round. We shouldn't need that. What should be said, even if it's nothing completely specific, even if you don't lay out like a blow-by-blow account of how Cursed City went from being, yeah, you'll be able to get it for years, to, lol, no, we're not making any more. At the very least, what you can say is, we apologise for giving the impression that this was a general release, when in fact it was not. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, the details of which we are currently not at liberty to disclose, we are unable to produce more of Cursed City. Should this change, we will let you know. We apologise wholeheartedly for misleading our customers. That's all you need to do. I don't get it. I do not understand what they think is going to happen by just not addressing it ever. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think people are just going to go, oh, well, we never got a clear answer, and they prove themselves to be more concerned with hiding what they've said in the past than giving a decent explanation in the present? But I'm sure it's all fine. I'm just going to assume that every other release is going to go off without a hitch. No. Why would I now believe that anything that they make that isn't like a specific model or squad, why would I now believe that any box they make is going to be anything other than a one print cash grab type deal? There are already people that I've seen who are like, oh, well, it's just Games Workshop being Games Workshop. They did it deliberately. It was always planned to be limited run, and they just screwed people over and pretended. People are already of the opinion that they flat out lied just to get the sales. So, I mean, it's already bad. It's already bad, isn't it? It's not great. The people are already just saying, well, yeah, they deliberately lied to us in order to get sales. It's not unusual for them, which is a sentiment I've seen a good number of times over the last week. That speaks to me of a not very successful attempt to build a good rapport with customers. And this doesn't help. Not saying anything doesn't help. Not addressing the fact that you said one thing and it turned out to be something totally different doesn't help. Just flat out pretending it never happened does not help. And I don't understand why you would not help yourself. I mean, what's genuinely the concern? What is preventing just saying, we apologise for the misunderstanding, or we'd intended this to be a general release, but we are currently unable to fulfil that? What are you worried about? Because at the moment, all that people think is that you're either lying by accident, incompetent, which admittedly falls under lying by accident, but still, or just outright you don't know what you're doing. That there is a massive chasm of miscommunication between the people who make the decisions and the people who talk to us. None of those are good. None of them. None of those are what you want, and it could be fixed so easily by just either saying, sorry we messed up, or sorry this thing happened and we're not able to do anything about it currently. That's all it would take. But there's just nothing. There's just silence. There is total silence on this. You can't do total silence. It doesn't work like that. People aren't going to forget about that. The fact is, this is a release that has been hyped up for months, that has been talked about constantly, that has been, the entire contents of the box. You can go to their YouTube channel and you can see all of it being painted. It has been the subject of a vast amount of marketing and hype, and then it just disappeared. At the moment, it just looks like you lied and then tried to cover it up. It's not a great look, is it? Really? Oh, God. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Just bizarre. Bizarre decision. If it's a logistics issue, if it's an import issue, if it's something to do with supply chains being completely screwed up, if the factory you made all your paper goods in China has gone bankrupt or burnt down or something, I don't know. Just any sort of explanation, even if it's vague as anything, just anything would be better than what was actually done. Literally anything would have been better than that. But no, we're not expecting it to return to, it's not going to be stocked online, And you can't prove that we said that it would be around forever. So there. Why? 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 No, really, why? Anyway, less of a ramble, more of a rant. But in fairness, and I think this is a fair question to ask. What the fuck? I think it's fair. Anyway, let's call it there, shall we? Jesus Christ. That's probably mostly unusable, frankly. If this is cut to hell, you'll know that it was bad. It was worse than what you saw. I hope you have a good week. Hopefully there'll be some good news to share later today. Maybe some sort of cool model. That'll be nice. Don't know if it'll be available more than once, though. How do we know? There's no way of knowing anymore. All certainty is gone. You see what I'm doing here? I'm overemphasising the fact that there is that element of uncertainty that has been left by the complete non-addressing of the issues around Curse City. And the temptation to do that with literally everything that is made now is very, very high. Isn't it? It's very high. Thank you very much for watching. You know the drill. There's a bunch of stuff to click. There's an affiliate link. You know how it works. You can use them if you like. It's entirely up to you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.